Ready? Sure. Good evening, and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of April 22nd, 2014. Ms. Bark, please call the roll.
Mayor, hold on one second.
Okay.
Can you move? Okay. Committeeman Delcourt.
Here.
Committeewoman McCauley. Here. Committeeman Sirachi.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Here.
Mayor Thompson.
Here. Please join me in the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Publics Meeting Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by the posting of the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on April 22nd, 2014. First up is approval of the March 11th, 2014 executive session minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of March 11th?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Delcourt.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley. Yes. Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Thank you. Now moving on to reports from committee liaisons. First up is Committeeman Delcourt.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of items. First of all, on the finance front, just a reminder that second quarter tax payments are due on May the 1st. There is a normal grace period until May the 12th. Just a reminder that the tax office cannot accept post-dated checks, so if anyone wants to drop that off, it will be returned to the homeowner and will need to be remailed to the tax office. So just a little reminder that tax payments will be coming due. Regarding the art show that was rescheduled to May the 5th, unfortunately, due to some scheduling conflicts with some of the schools that normally participate, as well as some of the students that would be participating in the program, the art show will be canceled this year. We will still have an unveiling of a portrait, likely at a Township Committee meeting, date to be determined. Unfortunately, because of some scheduling issues, we're going to cancel this year's art show and look to reconfirm that. Certainly have it again next year and look to schedule the portrait unveiling at some future date. And one last item for me, another reason why Hillsborough is one of the best places to live in America. A recent article in NJ.com of cities with population greater than 30,000 in New Jersey. Hillsborough was found to have the lowest insurance rates of any city in New Jersey. And that is driven primarily by the lower crime rates and the fact that we're located pretty much a fair distance away from the big cities, New York and Philadelphia. So anyone that wants to come here know that you'll be paying cheaper car insurance than maybe some of our neighboring towns. So a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's also something that we can be proud of given the crime rate statistics. And we'd just like to thank the chief and our police department for their support in helping drive those numbers down. So that's all from me, Mayor. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Committeewoman McCauley.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say Happy Earth Day today. I know in conjunction to Earth Day, we're giving out trees. Doug, I'm not sure if you have any update on the trees that we're giving out from our Pam Bork. Do you have an update on that?
DPW had given out trees earlier this month at the first dump day back in April, beginning of April 5th, and they gave out seedlings. So that was also part of Earth Day and helping rebuild the trees that might have been destroyed or damaged during Superstorm Sandy.
Yes, thank you for that. And as well, the township is being part of Earth Day. We are also going to have our 5th annual cleanup day this Saturday, starting here at the township building. It'll be from 9 a.m. until about noon. Again, we will be cleaning up the streets, and we will be here to provide lists of things, streets that we would like cleaned up, and also provide garbage bags, et cetera, safety vests and things like that, so we can get out there and clean up the town on Saturday. So inviting all residents to come out and join us. Again, we'll be starting here at 9 a.m. If you would like to register in advance, because it's always helpful to let us know how much activities are going on, we can go to dpw@hillsborough-nj.org, and we would love to see a great attendance this Saturday. Hopefully it's nice weather, and hope to see you all on Saturday. Thank you. That's it for me this evening, Mayor.
Great. Councilman Sarachi.
Thank you, Mayor. A few updates. First, from our recreation office, summer recreation camp registrations is ongoing. And as I mentioned in the last meeting, camp will be returning to Orton Road and Amsterdam schools for the 5 through 11-year-old campers this year, which means they have air conditioning. So that's always important in the summertime. More information and registration can be found on the recreation website. From the Board of Ed, the third annual Superintendent's Gallery, celebrating excellence in the arts, gala reception and award ceremony will be held across the hall in the multi-purpose room this Friday, April 25th. The school district website has all the details on the event, but just around the corner from us, down the hall here, you can see some of the students' artwork already on display as you walk towards the Board of Ed offices. And lastly, from the Board of Health Department, tomorrow we have our blood drive that is co-hosted by the Township and Somerset Medical Center. The blood drive will take place here from 2 to 7 p.m. Registration is not required, so please stop by, give the gift of a blood donation. There will be a free cholesterol screening and also a but also drawing for a restaurant gift card. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Burchett.
All right, from the Public Works, the Auden Road Disposal Facility will be open April 26th, May 3rd, May 17th, and also May 31st. This program is for Hillsborough residents only. You just need to have a proof of residency to use the facility. It'll happen rain or shine, but we will not be able to take electronics or any hazardous materials. If you have any of those materials, please call the Somerset County Recycling Department, which is 732-469-3363. Well, again, that's 732-469-3363. There will be one day in Hillsborough at Woods Road on April 26th that will take recyclable electronic materials. So that is available in Hillsborough. So the Auden Road Disposal Facility will be open April 26th, May 3rd, May 17th, and the 31st. If you would like to use the facility, please get a hold of our DPW department on East Mountain Road to get a ticket. And again, it's free for Hillsborough residents. That is all.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. A few things from me this evening. First, I want to thank the Hillsborough Baseball League, who had me out on their opening day ceremonies to throw out the first pitch. It was their 59th anniversary, and after doing some quick math, it was my 25th anniversary since I first played for the Hillsborough Little League, so I had a great time going out there and throwing the first pitch for them, along with a lot of their sponsors and some of their board of directors. So again, thank you to the Hillsborough Baseball League for having me out. I also want to thank the Senior Group A, who had me come to one of their meetings and answer questions from their membership and listen to all the concerns that they had and the compliments they had about our township. So again, I want to thank Senior Group A for having me out to their meeting last month. The Mayor's Wellness Campaign, this is the last call for the campaign, for the challenge. If you have any healthy recipes, please see the e-news. You can submit it there for more information and how to enter to win. Memorial Day, the letters have already been sent out, but just as a reminder, it's Saturday, May 24th is our annual Salute to Veterans Breakfast, Memorial Day Parade, and of course our Garden of Honor ceremony. Veterans or widows can register for the breakfast on the Township website under the eGov link by calling the administrative office or dropping off the response section of the flyer in our office as well. Additionally, nonprofit organizations who wish to participate in the parade this year can register online through the Parks and Recreation website, and you can get to that through hillsborough-nj.org. Another reminder about the legal runaround, looking for all the runners out there to register for the 9th annual legal runaround 5K run and 3K walk to be held on May 22nd, 2014. As I previously mentioned, Hillsborough has been challenged to compete for the Healthiest Town Award at the legal runaround 5K, sponsored by the Somerset County Bar Association. You can find information in our e-news and again on our website to register for that event as well. And with that, that concludes all of my comments this evening. It was very brief. But first up, we're going to do proclamations, and I'm going to invite the YMCA to come on up for that proclamation. Whereas the mission of the YMCA is to build strong kids, strong families, and strong communities through programs that focus on developing a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And whereas, a community, we must work together to ensure the health and safety of all of our children. And whereas, parents must be ever mindful that they are the role models for their sons and daughters, and all children need to be taught healthy eating and exercise habits if they are to grow into strong, healthy adults. And whereas, the Hillsborough Family YMCA is dedicated to providing programs and services to children and adults throughout Hillsborough Township. And whereas, community-based programs are vital to helping alleviate the epidemic of childhood obesity and physical inactivity, particularly among young people. And whereas, on April 26, 2014, the Hillsborough Family YMCA will sponsor the YMCA Healthy Kids Day to help our youth become healthier. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the members of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim April 26, 2014 as YMCA Healthy Kids Day in Hillsborough, and encourage all residents to support the efforts of the Hillsborough Family YMCA to promote healthy living in our community. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hopefully everyone can come join us this Saturday. We've got loads of fun activities as well as community partners, all themed around creating health and a healthy family so you can continue on to have healthy lives afterwards.
Thank you again. Next, we have a proclamation proclaiming April as Alcohol Awareness Month. No more too much.
Apparently the mics are broken tonight, so I won't be talking into the microphone.
Whereas, alcohol is the most commonly used addictive substance in the United States, and whereas 1 in every 12 adults, or 17.6 million people, suffers from alcohol abuse or dependence, and whereas more than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism or problem drinking, and whereas 100,000 people die each year from alcohol-related causes, including drinking and driving crashes, other accidents, falls, fires, and alcohol-related homicides and suicides. And whereas more than 7 million children live in a household where at least one parent is dependent on or has abused alcohol. And whereas alcohol is a primary factor in the 4 leading causes of death for young persons aged 10 to 21. And whereas young people who begin drinking before age 15 are 4 times more likely to develop alcohol dependence than those who begin drinking at age 21. And whereas alcohol-related problems cost Americans $224 billion, or $746 per person, in lost productivity, absenteeism, healthcare costs, crime, and family-related problems. And whereas the typical American will see 100,000 beer commercials before he or she turns 18. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, hereby join the National Council of Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, Inc., and do hereby proclaim that April 2014 as Alcohol Awareness Month in Hillsborough Township. Be it further proclaimed that we also call upon all Hillsborough citizens, parents, governmental agencies,
public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in Hillsborough Township to support efforts that will reduce stigma, increase community awareness, and increase support for individuals and families coping with alcoholism. Through these efforts, together we can provide help for today and hope for tomorrow for those in our community who are facing challenges with alcohol use and abuse.
Hi, I'm Lisa Gulla. I'm the program planner for the Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance, and I have Minda Maggio, our life skills coordinator, with me, Kathy Beggiato, who is one of our alliance members, and Anna Mallor, who is the middle school SAC, as well as one of our alliance members. And the Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance works very hard every year to do various prevention programs throughout the community. One we do want to highlight that is actually going on this week that you may have gotten an email from is that every 15 minutes program will be running in our high school this year. It'll be this Thursday and Friday. Thursday specifically, you may see some activity at the high school that will be a simulated mock car crash, and we have many people, hundreds of volunteers that participate in this program, and we do it specifically to bring the awareness to our seniors in the high school, as well as all the children and friends that they impact and families they impact. So that's just one of the many programs we do, and we're really actually very honored that it was able to coordinate this year with Alcohol Awareness Month.
Thank you, and thank you for all you do. We do appreciate it, and for making us play basketball against professionals. I do appreciate that as well, so, but thank you, guys, thank you. I won't be playing it.
Training.
Yeah, we have to start training now.
Thank you. Okay, next we have a couple presentations this evening. First, I invite the Adams RCers to come up. They have a presentation for a check for the Hillsborough Food Bank or Hillsborough Can.
Sure, Mayor, thank you. The Adams RCers are a RC airplane club that was founded in Hillsborough in the 1970s. And we continue to meet here at the municipal building every month, and we do a swap meet every year here. And this year, we would like to donate a portion of the proceeds of our swap meet to the Hillsborough Can to help some of the families in town have access to nutritious food who may need it. And if anyone's interested in learning more about the Adams RCers, you can check us out on the internet, www.atomsrcers.net. And Mayor, thank you very much for the opportunity to come here tonight and share and help our community.
Thank you for this generous donation. We do appreciate it. Okay, next I invite up the liaison to the Credit Card Advisory Committee to join me, Committeewoman McCauley, and also members of the committee to come up, and Nick from our credit card company as well.
Okay, well, good evening all. My name is Fred Gladstone. I'm from the Credit Card Advisory Committee. The committee, I'm actually here tonight to help the township give donations through the credit card program. The program has been, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder. The program's been around for 5 years. It's given out about $30,000. It gives it all to charitable organizations, mostly local. It's a great program, and it's great because that $30,000 was raised primarily through interest earned from the credit card and not through fundraising. So anytime you don't have to fundraise, it's great. So we're going to make some donations. The town's going to make some donations in a little while. We will be calling up each group one at a time. So I want to welcome those groups and congratulate you on your donation. I know we're going to start. I did want to do a couple things. First, this is kind of a rare program. Most towns don't do this, and I think Township Committee deserves some thanks for their leadership in bringing this to the town. So we have a round of applause for Township Committee. And also, there would be no program without Affinity Federal Credit Union, and I want to thank them very much. They've invested time, invested money, and every time we have one of these meetings, they have to send a person out, too. So thanks very much. This is Nick Zemlichenko, and I did, and I wrote it down and read it before I got up here. I would also like to, please, if we could give a round of applause to Affinity. Thank you very much. I did promise Nick to say that. Yes, please.
My name is Nick Zemlichenko. I'm the relationship manager with Affinity here in Hillsborough. I just want to say a few words. Affinity Federal Credit Union is honored to administer the Hillsborough Township Credit Card Program on behalf of the township. We do encourage everyone in the township to obtain and use the credit card so that this grant fund can continue to grow. It costs the cardholder nothing to use a credit card, and Affinity donates a portion of its profits back to the township, in which not-for-profit organizations can benefit with these grants. Again, we thank the township for letting Affinity be part of this program and look forward to continued success in the future.
So first up, we're going to call up the Hillsborough Junior Raiders, if they're here. And if you could just introduce yourselves and say a little bit about the organization and what you're going to do with the money. And you've been elected to speak.
My name is Dawn Welches. I'm one of the executive officers for the Hillsborough Junior Raiders. And what the program is just a group of people that have got together to make certain programs within Hillsborough. We have a football program, we have a cheer program, a track program, as well as a girls lacrosse program. And we will be using this money to benefit a AED for our field. So we were very excited about this. Thank you very much.
Okay, next, if we get a representative of the Special Olympics come up.
Yes. Yes, dude. She played against the Joes. Yes, we saw that. You were good. Who wants to speak?
Sure. On behalf of all of our Special Olympic athletes, we'd like to thank you very much for this generous donation. We currently have over 60 athletes participating in 5 sports, and with this grant, we hope to be able to increase the number of sports that we offer and the number of athletes that can participate. So we thank you very much.
Of course. No, hold up, we're going to take a photo. You got to run in. Got it? Thank you. Next up, a representative from Hillsborough Lacrosse.
Hi, thanks. My name is Eric Sully. I'm the current president for the Hillsborough Youth Lacrosse City Boys Program. I'm accompanied with Mr. Dave Purdy as well. He's our tournament director. And our youth program is starting its 25th season to provide youth lacrosse experience for the boys in Hillsborough. And we too play here in town, and we currently have 2 AED devices for our fields, but we have 3 fields. So we're going to use the proceeds from this, which generous donation thanks to Affinity and the Township Committee and the residents of Hillsborough, which will allow us to purchase a 3rd AED so we can have one in each field, because we know it's important to be able to have that quick response time. So thanks again for all of your support.
Okay, and last up is the Resource Center.
The Resource Center of Somerset has been part of this community for 18 years, which is half of our history at this point. And we've really enjoyed being part of this community. The money that we are receiving is going to be going towards some emergency shelter beds for our safe house. In case of an emergency and we have to evacuate, we need some place to put our folks so that they won't be interfered with again by their abusers. So this is going to be a very special donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Again, I want to thank all the members of the Credit Card Advisory Committee, and especially Affinity for everything you do for the township. I'll echo the sentiments of Fred, but do you have anything to add?
Just want to thank the card holders. There's around 200 card holders in town. Without their usage of the card, none of this could happen. So I want to thank them and also encourage people to get cards. There's a lot of people in town. We could probably do more than 200. Like that. Thank you.
Okay, once again, I want to thank all the groups for participating this evening and for coming out, and especially for the generous donations that were made to the Hillsborough Can. We do appreciate that, and I will not be offended at this time if you would like to leave. So we will take a quick 5-minute break, Kaz, to allow everyone to head out. Okay, moving on to new business. There is no new business, so we're going to move on to public comments on new business and matters not on the agenda this evening. Seeing no public comments, we'll move on to the public hearing. 2014-06, an ordinance amending Chapter 101 entitled Tree Mitigation Trust Fund Advisory Committee, Section 101-4, composition, terms, vacancy, removal of the municipal code of the Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey. This ordinance amends the membership of the Tree Mitigation Advisory Committee to include the Director of Public Works. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2014-06?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, any discussion from the dais?
No problem including him, so fine with that.
Discussion from the floor? Okay, may I have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt ordinance 2014-06?
Move to close and adopt?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Committeeman Sarachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Okay, 2014-07, an ordinance authorizing disbursement in the amount of $25,000 from the Township of Hillsborough's Open Space Trust Fund to assist the County of Somerset in the purchase of a portion of the property identified on the Township of Hillsborough tax maps as Block 171, Lot 112.02 for open space. This ordinance authorizes a contribution from the Open Space Trust Fund for the county purchase of 11.32 acres to be added to the county open space. As you know, land preservation continues to be a top priority for this township, and this action is in line with that priority. We have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2014-07.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any discussion from the dais?
Mayor, as the liaison for open space, this was discussed at the Open Space Committee, and the Open Space Committee does recommend moving forward with this contribution to the purchase.
Great. Any other comments? Discussion from the floor? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt ordinance 2014-07?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Okay, moving on to introductions of new ordinances, 2014-08, an ordinance appropriating certain monies held by the Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, for the purchase of various capital improvements in the amount of $265,295 in and for the Township of Hillsborough. Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on May 27, 2014. As everyone knows, this ordinance is for the necessary items recommended as a high priority by the Capital Planning Committee, and their purchases are based on what is available in the Capital Improvement Fund. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? None? Okay. Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Okay, 2014-09, an ordinance amending Chapter 221 entitled Parks and Recreation Areas by prohibiting smoking. Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on May 27, 2014. This concept of the smoke-free park ordinance was brought to the attention of the Township Committee by the Hillsborough Municipal Alliance and the Hillsborough Health Department through the Regional Chronic Disease Coalition of Somerset and Morris Counties. The coalition's mission is the prevention of chronic illness, and smoking prevention is a top goal because it's a major preventable cause of heart disease, cancer, and other chronic health conditions. The Regional Cancer Coalition will donate signs to be placed around our parks, letting people know about the law and the fine. In addition, Somerset County has passed a smoke-free parks ordinance for all the county parks currently. The Sourland Mountain Preserve is a county park here in Hillsborough Township and is smoke-free as well, and this ordinance brings all the other Hillsborough parks under that umbrella. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Please come up. State your name for the record and your address.
I think the most important reason to pass such a ordinance is for youth and children, because the less that children see adults model smoking, the less likely they are to initiate smoking, and you can save them a lifetime of alcohol. As we told people that have started smoking years ago, we tell you how hard it is to stop once you start. And if you can prevent kids from starting smoking, that would be so helpful for their health throughout their life. So in spite of all the other reasons why we might want to crash readings and less maintenance costs and less chance of fire and water cleaners, those are all reasons, but I really do think
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor this evening? Okay, seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. 2014-10, an ordinance of the Township of Hillsborough in the County of Somerset, New Jersey, providing for various capital improvements and related expenses in and for the Township of Hillsborough, and appropriating $1.5 million therefor, providing for the issuance of $1,425,000 in bonds or notes of the Township of Hillsborough to finance the same. Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on May 27, 2014. This ordinance authorizes the issuance of bonds for non-routine capital purchases, mainly related to the surfacing of roadways resulting from the higher-than-normal snowfall experienced this past year. A portion of this issuance would also be for necessary equipment for the Department of Public Works, again related to the harsh winter that everyone remembers that we had this year. So with that, may I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Comments from the dais?
So, Mayor, a couple items on this. Just wanted to comment, as you noted, the difficult winter has certainly taken its toll on not only our roads, but really roads throughout the state and the region. We do have a program in place to try to repair and repave roads. We try to do some each year based upon the schedule as we see them. But unfortunately, the winter this year has exacerbated the deterioration, and we think now is we really need to move forward with additional repaving above what could be in our normal budget, which we'll talk about a little later. So this will allow us to speed up our road repaving process, and also some additional equipment related to work that needs to be done for our Public Works Department, in particular some trucks that are needed in case we have another winter like we had this year. So this is all winter related, but we believe, at least I believe, given the situation with what happened this past winter, we really need to put some money aside to be able to repair the roads. I think everyone's out there has recognized the potholes that are experienced, not just in Hillsborough, but in the whole region. So this is a chance for us to fix some of those roads and make sure that our residents are traveling on safe roads.
And also, Mayor, being the liaison to the DPW, in specific, the DPW needs a 2 to 4 ton asphalt recycler and hauler, and desperately needs it to efficiently repair the roads in town. And these items fell outside the routine capital expenditures, so we really had to do the bonding to make this a reality so we can repair our roads in an efficient manner. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. 2014-11, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 232 of the Code of the Township of Hillsborough titled Property Maintenance to identify existing Sections 232-1 through 232-8 as Article 1, non-residential premises and multifamily dwellings, and add a new Article 2, vacant and abandoned residential properties, to require minimum property standards for vacant and abandoned residential properties within the township. Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on May 27, 2014. The proposed amendment will require upkeep of a residential vacant, we want to be clear, vacant and abandoned property, including securing the property from unauthorized entry. The responsible party will be required to register a vacant and abandoned property with the township clerk, thereby providing necessary contact information to the township. After notification, the responsible party will be required to remove overgrown vegetation and provide minimum maintenance to the structure. Failure to act within the prescribed time frame, township will initiate corrective action by placing a lien on the property for recovery of those costs. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Next up, 2014-12, an ordinance to exceed the 2014 municipal budget appropriations limit and to establish a cap bank under NJSA 40A:4-45.14 Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on May 27, 2014. Under state budget law, the unused portion of the appropriations cap, which is different than the tax levy cap, may be reserved to be available in the next 2 years. Each year since 2002, Hillsborough has been able to reserve some appropriation authorization in the cap bank. This cap bank has zero impact on taxes. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman Macaulay.
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Okay, moving on to our budget presentation for our 2014 municipal budget. Once again, preparation of the budget created a rigorous challenge to the Township Committee, whose goals of minimizing the impact of taxpayers while providing the Township departments with the funds necessary to deliver needed and expected services for all of our residents. Our CFO, Nancy Costa, will be making a presentation on the budget details in a few moments, after which I will provide some comments, and I will also call upon our finance chairs, Committeeman Sirachi and Committeeman Delcor, for comment. But I would like to personally thank our entire finance team, led by Ms. Costa, along with Administrator Ferreira and our finance chairs for all of the municipal department heads for their hard work and due diligence on this matter. I appreciate the unique challenge each budget presents, so a sincere thank you for all the time and effort that you guys put into this. Thank you. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Costa to begin the budget presentation. And again, after her presentation, I will ask for comments from the dais and from the public as well. So, Ms. Costa.
Thank you again, Mayor. 2014 municipal budget totals $27,870,408. Our non-tax revenues, which are composed of court fines, fees and permits, interest on investments, interest on delinquent taxes, is up over $144,000 this year from last year's number. 2014, based on a true 2% tax levy cap, taxes could be raised to $17,866,37. In order to balance this budget, we're going just slightly below that by $2,073, and the amount to be raised by taxes will be $17,858,564. Each year, municipality is allowed to take levy cap exceptions for pension obligation increases, deferred charge into future taxation, emergency appropriations for hurricanes and superstorms, and prior year rateable increases that are billed by the tax assessor via added and omitted taxes. This year, the municipality could have raised taxes an additional $326,694, but once again, for the fourth year in a row, chose not to. The budget revenues are primarily 64% come in from municipal tax levy. 12% comes in from our state aid, as well as, you barely see this, surplus at 7%. The remainder of the revenues come from the various fees, permits, interest, cell tower leases, and whatever other miscellaneous income the town generates during the year. Beginning in 2007, Hillsborough Township saw a decline in state aid, which has remained flat since 2010. Consolidated Municipal Property Tax Release, also known as COMTRA, was $919,000 in 2007 and was completely eliminated in 2013 and did not come back in 2014. This budget reflects increases in several key spending areas. Obviously, $319,000 over the prior year's budgets for snow removal, overtime, and other expense. Debt service is up this year as we make the final bond anticipation note payment on the 2012 library expansion project, and salaries and wages increase based on our various union contracts. Insurance and benefits are up $119,000, but please bear in mind, the township employees will contribute almost $500,000 in contribution towards their health benefits this year, which greatly reduces what that number could really be. Because of the $1.5 million capital bond ordinance that was just introduced, the township was able to cut the appropriation to fund capital improvements for future years by $200,000 this year, but will still contribute $300,000 into the capital improvement fund to fund future capital projects. Pension contributions that are employer contributions are down $146,000 this year. Still, 51 department line items remain frozen or reduced compared to 2013. 41 line items are unchanged, and 10 items were able to be reduced this year. This is how the municipal budget appropriations break down. Public safety, which would be the police and court and their related expenses, make up 29% of this budget. Public Works, which includes Public Works Department, Parks and Recreation, as well as engineering, makes up 14%. Code enforcement, which is our construction department, is 4%, and various other departments are 13%. So the effect of this budget is 1.4 cents per $100 of property value for the municipal portion of the tax rate this year. On a home valued at $350,000, that means a $49 increase in 2014. On an individual home, if you want to know what your personal municipal portion of the taxes will go up this year, simply take the value of your home and divide it by 100, and multiply it by 0.014, and you'll know how much your taxes will increase for the municipal portion in 2014. Recently, in March of 2014, Standard & Poor's announced that Hillsborough was having their rating increased by 2 notches. In 2013, we were at a AA-. In 2014, we're at a AA+. The only level to go back to, up to, in the future is AAA, the best rating you can possibly get. This is the second consecutive increase we've gotten from Standard & Poor's in the last 4 years. These are the reasons specifically that Standard & Poor's used to bump this rating up 2 notches this year. Primarily, one of the key things that I find about this is that they do not expect to revise our rating over the course of the next 2 years, which means the township can expect to see savings in interest if we bond or borrow in future years because our interest rates should be lower because of this AA+ rating. The hearing on the municipal budget will be May 27th, 2014 at 7:30 p.m. The budget document, as well as my presentation from this evening, will be available on the township website tomorrow morning. If anybody has any questions, Finance Committee Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Costa, for your presentation. Before we begin with comments from the dais and from the public, we'd like to address a couple key points that we saw in the budget. As everyone knows, balancing the municipal budget is never an easy task, but once again, this budget held spending below the 2008 levels and continues our approach of managing the township spending in a fiscally responsible way. I can imagine, I would like to have my household expenses back to 2008, but that won't be happening. So 2008 is an incredible number to get to, so I really do thank everyone for working on that. Overall, I believe this budget is a continuation of the excellent fiscal stewardship that this has been a priority for this township committee for many years. As noted by Ms. Costa, this budget is under the 2% cap levy and results in an appropriation increase of 1.8% over 2013. Key cost drivers in this year's budget include the expense associated with the unusual amount of snow this winter and the increases in contractual wages and salaries, coupled with the final debt service payment for the 2002 library expansion. Another key point in our fiscal philosophy is to minimize tax impacts by keeping any tax increases at or below the state cap. Once again, we stood our ground and said resounding no to using exception loopholes to raise taxes above the 2% cap. Again, we didn't take advantage of any of the exceptions that are allowed under the current law. The net result of this budget is that the municipal tax rate will increase 1.4 cents per 100 on property valuations from 31.3 cents to 32.7 cents. I would again like to thank our Finance Committee members, Committeeman Sirachi and Committeeman Delcourt, along with our CFO and Administrator Ferrer for their hard work on this year's budget. And with that, I'll turn it over to any comments from the dais this evening.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Ms. Costa, for your work on the budget, and also Administrator Ferrer. I know this is always a difficult process. I've had the opportunity, I'll say, to be on the Finance Committee a number of times on my time here on the Township Committee, and it never gets easier. But I think a couple things in particular this year made this challenging. As noted, the impact of the snow removal, not an excuse, just a reality of where we are. From this year compared to last year, $320,000. That's a significant amount of money in a 2% cap scenario. So even with that increase, we've been able to maintain within the 2% cap. We're also affected this year by the debt service number. As you noted, that's library related. It's a final payment. So the good piece of that is that debt is behind us now. And it will create some flexibility for us to be able to utilize the notes that we'll talk about in a bit, or that we discussed earlier, related to the road repaving, so that won't create a new debt service burden over and above where we've been. We can utilize that the payments that we had under the library debt to offset some of the costs of the new bond anticipation notes. Still struggle with insurance and benefits, even with employee contribution. Those costs continue to rise year over year. And of course, we have our contractual salary and wages that need to be dealt with in our employee contracts. But due to some of the negotiations that have gone on over the last several years, clearly the curve on those has flattened a bit, and the costs are not rising above our 2% cap level. But still a challenge when you factor in all of the total impacts. So I guess the key takeaways are, we have been able to remain below the 2% cap again without taking exceptions. And if there was a year we could have, it would have been this year with some of the emergency items, snow removal and the like, as well as some of the pension obligations. So we have, without the exceptions, we're still able to remain below the cap. Certainly, there's no amount of money that is willingly accepted for a tax increase at this in the difficult economy that we continue to be in. But certainly, given the factors impacting it, roughly 49 or $4 a month increase from municipal services, it certainly has been worse. So I think overall, the budget is one that, given the impacts that we've had from some of the circumstances this year, is one that comes to a good resolution, and I think we should move forward with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of comments, just to add on to what Committeeman Delcourt had said. But first, I also want to thank Ms. Costa, Administrator Ferrara, Ms. Burek, all the other department heads, for working diligently to bring this budget, with its, along with, with its tax impact, to keep it below that 2% threshold. And I know, as we'll start seeing other government bodies coming in with their budgets, they are struggling. There are some that have already exceeded. I mean, we did, including, we saw the school board presentation where they are struggling, with some of those cost drivers that, cause them to go above that. So I think this was a very key year for living within this 2% cap, as we have committed to using it as a hard cap and not using those exceptions, is definitely remarkable going forward. And also, one of the things that was shown on the slide is the aid or lack of aid that we receive from the state, which is basically, as far as I'm concerned, is down to zero, because Comtra has been completely removed from us. The only monies that we're getting from the state are really monies that are owed to us through the energy tax receipts, which are basically, I know it's probably not a popular term, but a payment in lieu of taxes for the energy companies that they wind up paying to the state, and the state then distributes those revenues to us. So, portion of them, you were right, because no one really knows how much is being collected at the state level. We just know what we're getting, and we don't see increases, but I think anyone can look at their energy tax bills or utility bills, that you do see the tax portion is going up. So that will be something that the legislature will have to address in the future. But again, just want to say, this is definitely a big driver. I think, as Commander Delcor also stated, with regards to the winter storm events that we had this year, I mean, those definitely were devastating to our roadway infrastructure, and to be able to take care of those repairs and the restoration of our roadways and still, again, remain below 2% is definitely a remarkable achievement. So again, I do feel this is a very fiscal, prudent budget that has been assembled. And hopefully we will pass it in a month's time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Member Shett?
I just briefly wanted to say I agree with all of that you guys said. Thank you again for working on the finance team this year. I know I've been on the finance committee myself a few times, and I know that it's really challenging in some years, and definitely hasn't been the most challenging that I've been through, I think, but always challenging. So thank you for participating in that and being diligent throughout the entire year. All of our department heads, up to our administrator and clerk who always keep in check, chief of police, tax assessor in the room, all of those who really diligently work for the behalf of the taxpayers and trying to keep our budgets as low as possible. I think it's a phenomenal achievement, and we don't get to pat ourselves on the back much, but I really think that a double rating going up is almost unheard of in municipal taxes in our town. So the bond rating to increase like that in such a struggle in the economy is really a true commitment to the people and the employees in this township, along with the township committee and everyone else who's involved with trying to keep our taxes in check. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and we hope that we taxpayers realize that we try and do due diligence in keeping every penny and every tax dollar in check as we move forward. So thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Any comments, any further comments from the dais? Seeing none. Comments from the floor?
Hi, my name is John Vigiato. If you don't know that already. My question is, you mentioned that this budget and your presentation will be on the website. Will the prior 3 years' budget be posted on the website, because they currently are not? Well, I checked this afternoon, it wasn't there. So could you check on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none, we are going to move ahead with a resolution authorizing the 2014 municipal budget to be read by title only. May I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Resolution authorizing the introduction of the 2000 and setting the public hearing for May 27, 2014. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Okay, moving on to considerations for this evening. First, resolution authorizing the sale of equipment at the 2014 Somerset County sealed bid sale of surplus. This resolution authorizes the township to eliminate vehicles and equipment from the township that are no longer in service. Participation at this auction is at no cost to the township, and all funds obtained from the auction are forwarded to finance a surplus for use in future budgets. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Resolution number 2, reappointing Hans Warmbold as plumbing subcode official, building inspector in the construction department for a 4-year term required by NJAC 52:27D-126A and NJAC 5:23-4A9I. The plumbing subcode official is a mandatory position by the state, and accordingly, at least 30 days prior to the expiration of the statutory 4-year term of office of a construction code official, the appointment authority must act. Mr. John Fiedler, the construction official for Hillsborough, has recommended the reappointment of Hans, and this resolution therefore reappoints him to a 4-year term effective June 22nd, 2014. With that, may we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
A quick comment that Hans is in our audience this evening, and sometimes we always like to embarrass our employees, as Kaz always gets the cue. But thank you for your hard work. We're happy to appoint you for the next 4 years.
We haven't voted yet.
Thank you for hanging in this evening through all of it.
Congratulations.
Any other comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes, now, it doesn't matter what anyone else says, you got 3 votes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
And Mayor Thompson?
Yes, and congratulations, and thank you for your hard work. We do appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, resolution number 3, authorizing the mayor and the township clerk to execute the 2014-2015 shared services health agreement between Hillsborough Township and the Millstone Borough. This is just another example of shared resources, therefore reducing costs though it's difficult to determine the exact savings on this matter. Millstone faces similar health issues as Hillsborough, and as such, this proactive approach to provide the necessary oversight is an intangible benefit to our community. For example, should there be an issue in Millstone, it could have an impact on Hillsborough's border, and without proper monitoring, it could lead to a health safety risk for all of our residents. This agreement has been in existence for over 20 years now. May I have a motion on this matter?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 4, authorizing the hiring of Daniel Q. Close? Keogh. We'll go Keogh. Junior, and Raymond, that's a tough one, Matistico, to the position of a part-time field inspectors in the Township Tax Office, Assessor's Office, effective April 23rd, 2014, at $18 an hour and $23 per hour respectively, not to exceed 25 hours per week. There exists a vacancy in the Tax Assessor's Office, and after an extensive interview process, the assessor recommends the above-mentioned individuals be hired on a part-time basis. Part-time employees do not incur the expense of health benefits. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
You could screen the camera.
Yeah, Daniel's in the back there. We want to get him there, too. Any comments from the floor on this matter? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, and congratulations, welcome. Resolution number 5, authorizing acceptance of a stormwater management facilities agreement with the property identified at Block 162, lots 20.01 and 20.012 on the tax map for the Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey. There was a Board of Adjustment approval for a minor subdivision, and as part of the approval for the applicant was required to enter into an agreement with the township, and this resolution memorializes that agreement. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 6, authorizing and establishing the annual salaries and wages of municipal employees. This resolution establishes the 2014 salaries for the department heads, DPW supervisors, and non-union employees. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Mayor Mafoli?
Yes.
Mayor Sarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bishop?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 7, resolution to establish and adopt a complete streets policy for the Township of Hillsborough. The New Jersey Department of Transportation adopted a complete streets policy in 2009 and has been advocating for the program ever since. When the Planning Board updated the master plan circulation plan element in 2013, complete streets language was incorporated into the design of the street network in the town center, transit-ready development district, and surrounding areas. The complete streets policy will, over time, create a comprehensive, connective, multimodal street network that safely accommodates all road users. This policy would require that a review would be conducted to evaluate the feasibility of designating a complete street for all public street projects, both new construction and reconstruction, including typical road maintenance. This process would include the review of existing township plans for bike lanes and sidewalks. May I have a motion?
So moved?
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Freeman Delcor?
Yes.
Mayor Mafoli?
Yes.
Mayor Sarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bishop?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to the consent agenda, may I have a motion to approve that agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
Just wanted to point out that one of the items on there is the Hillsborough Rotary Club Fair that happens every summer, so people can start marking their calendars rather than waiting for the big signs to show up on the roads. It's going to be taking place August 12th through August 17th.
Thank you. Any other comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Freeman Delcor?
Yes.
Mayor Mafoli?
Yes.
Mayor Sarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bishop?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Claims list, may I have a motion to approve claims list 2014-08?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Seconded.
Sorry, is there a second out there? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Freeman Delcor?
Yes.
Mayor Mafoli?
Yes.
Mayor Sarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bishop?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, and that concludes our regular meeting this evening. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.